What's going on, guys? Welcome to my 1 bar heavy attack Warden, which is called the Realm Shaper. This build is the most powerfulest heavy attack Warden 1 bar build that I have done. So let's jump straight into the gear. First off, we have a lightning staff of the sergeant with a poison damon enchant. You can have it in precise or sharpened, would be best. The head is Nazare's Visage, as it gives 1 piece health with a max health enchant, heavy. You could run a trainee piece on the head, as it would give you slightly more max magicka. And you've got the Cuirass of the Sergeant in Divine's max magicka, heavy. And then you've got shoulders is Night Slayer Epaulets light, Divine's max magicka. And waist is light, Night Slayer sash, Divine's max magicka. And you've got hands, Night Slayer gloves light, Divine's max magicka. And you've got legs light, Night Slayer breeches, max magicka, Divine's. And you have feet light, Night Slayer shoes, adds magicka and Divines. And you've got the necklace of the sergeant, bloodthirsty with weapon damage. Ring of the sergeant, weapon damage enchant with bloodthirsty. And of course the Oaken Soul ring, bloodthirsty with a weapon damage enchant. So this build works amazing in PvP. It will work perfect for solo PVE Overland. It will kill bosses easy. It will work as a DPS in dungeons. You'll probably pull around 60 to 70k DPS in dungeons, so you'll be quite good for DPS. And because of the super strong heals, you can also run as a healer, providing heals for your group. So this really is another one size fits all sort of build. The only thing this can't do is tanking. And I'll show you the stats. So we've got 41,000 maximum health. The spell resistance is at 29.5 and physical is at nearly 26,000. Crit resistance is around 2k. We're stacking everything into health. We're using Bewitched Sugar Skulls because we get we get all the magicka and stamina back from the heavy attacking. And we are running the lady for extra resistances in PvP. The reason that everything is divines on this, when you're running in PvP, you think you'd be squishy, but that is why we are running the lady munders. So for PvP you could run the lady because you're going to need the extra resistances, and if you're running PvE content solo or healer, you could easily just slot spell or weapon damage mundus, and that will give you more penetration, more damage, sorry. Or you could run the lover actually as well, but I would recommend the lady if you're going into PvP with this. And this does a lot of damage to people. So people will say, and you're going to be super squishy. Well, that is why we're stacking everything into health. So you've got, like I said, over 41,000 maximum health. So you're not as squishy, with a nice high health pool. And because you've got divines on everything, that makes the Mundus Stone very powerful. And we're getting nearly 4,500 extra resistances, so that's going to push you near the spell resistance cap, and you've got fairly high physical resistance. So if we jump into the skills, we've got Deep Fissure for it does a lot of damage and gives the major and minor breach to enemies. You've got Shimmering Shield, which is amazing, which gives you major heroism and a shield. You've got the Feather Infection, which is a damage over time, and then gives them minor vulnerability. And then you've got your Heal, which gives life steal as well to them. And you've got your Polar Wind, which scales off your max health, which is another reason we've got higher max health, so this will give you a massive heal. And Northern Storm I find the best, as it will increase your weapon and spell damage even further and restrict their movement, and you get major protection. Champion points. This is set up for PvP, so rationer for your food to last longer, liquid efficiency, so you use less potions, and obviously your gifted rider and steed for your speed. CP, you want master at arms, weapons expert for the heavy attack damage, deadly aim, and resilience for your critical resistance. This is a flex spot, but I think you might need the critical resistance. Boundless vitality for the max health, fortified for the extra armor which you'll need. Again, this is a flex spot, you can change this if you don't think you need the sustain. Take less damage, that's essential. You don't need the major protection on here because you're getting it from the ultimate. But yeah, I think that's a good setup. So the reason for the skills. So when you are heavy attacking, you drop the Deep Fissure and apply the Feather Infection and just keep heavy attacking on your enemy. And obviously the Shimmering Shield and any heals you need on the which will be the Polar Wind and the Vines. And the reason this build is so great, you have such a high uptime on this is what makes Warden so powerful, is their ultimate generation. I mean, it feels like I'm running a Nord because my actual character is a I think it's a high elf for the damage, yeah, so you can essentially run a high elf and still have the Nord crazy ult regeneration. And where is it coming from? It's coming from the ring, which is giving you the minor heroism. You're getting major heroism from the Shimmering Shield, which is amazing. And then to top it all off, I'm sure there is a passive, there you go. When you cast an animal companion's ability while you're in combat, you generate more ultimate. So, and the animal companion's ability is the Deep Fissure and the Feather Infection. So you're going to have a really, really high uptime on the storm when you're getting hit by projectiles, which you're getting hit all the time. So you've got a lovely shield. It does a lot of damage to people in PvP, as you'll see in the gameplay clips, and it's a lot of fun to play. You can easily capture the resource points nice and easy. And like I said, if you don't want to do, you know, Cyrodiil, it works well in battlegrounds. It works well in the Imperial City. You'll be able to kill the Imperial City bosses. You'll be able to kill players. Because obviously you've got higher health, so it'll be more difficult to gank you. As I said, it'll work in normal content with fighting bosses, dolmens, dungeons. The only thing I wouldn't recommend this for is for maybe veteran trials. The damage might be a bit lacking for really hard DLC dungeons or really hard trials. But even then, it will probably still hold its own, but it just won't be obviously optimal. So it's a one size fits all build, and it will make a brilliant healer as well, because the heals are they're just crazy. You can really take some punishment with this build. So I think that wraps it up. Let me know what you think of this build. It is really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it, really easy to play. I love the heavy attack builds. And we'll see what happens with the update coming. I've heard the single target is going to be increased, but the AoE might go down, so it still might be very good for PvP. But we'll worry about that when that happens. So enjoy this build, guys. Drop me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.